Okay, so get this, right? Like, imagine using artificial intelligence to kind of, like crack open your family history,
Oh, wow.
like some kind of high-tech time machine, right? We're talking about uncovering secrets buried in, I don't know, like centuries-old records,
Wow.
potentially finding relatives you never knew existed.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today.
What's so cool about this is that AI can spot these subtle connections
Right.
that might have taken us, like lifetimes to find
Yeah.
if we were just, doing traditional genealogy research.
Right. It's like having a digital detective on the case, tirelessly sifting through mountains of data. And to help us explore this fascinating world, we have Jose Talavera Falcon,
Oh, great.
who actually spent 20 years and over 3,000 hours of computer time
Wow.
researching his own family history
Really?
using AI.
Wow.
Now, 20 years is, well, a pretty serious commitment to a project.
Yeah.
What kept you going all those years, Jose? Was
Uh,
there like a specific mystery you were hoping to solve?
well, Jose's dedication really highlights the power of this approach.
Yeah.
He wasn't just building a family tree.
Right.
He was creating a whole digital archive.
Wow.
He even digitized parish records going back to the 16th century.
Wow.
Talk about dedication.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
But what makes his work so unique is how he blended, historical research with data science.
So it's not just about plugging names into a computer and waiting for answers.
Right.
It's about combining that traditional genealogical research with the power of AI.
Yeah,
Can you give us a specific example of how those two worlds like work together?
absolutely. Let's say you hit a brick wall tracing your family line back in the 1800s.
Okay.
Maybe the records are incomplete or the handwriting is impossible to decipher. This is where AI steps in.
Oh, okay.
There are algorithms designed to analyze old handwriting,
Wow.
transcribing those faded documents into searchable text.
Oh, wow.
Other AI tools can extract key information,
Yeah.
like, birth dates, marriage records, even occupations from historical texts like old newspapers or letters. It's
Wow.
amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
So you're essentially using AI to unlock clues that would have been lost to this point otherwise.
right.
But let's get specific. Jose, your research focused on the Talavera family.
Uh-huh.
What's a surprising fact or connection that you unearthed using AI
Okay.
that you wouldn't have found through traditional methods alone?
Well, without getting into too many specifics, Jose discovered that one branch of his family had emigrated from Spain to Mexico in the 17th century.
Okay.
But AI helped him uncover something really interesting.
Yeah.
A link to a specific ship manifest revealing the exact date they arrived in Veracruz.
Oh, wow.
It even revealed the names of other families traveling with them.
Wow.
That level of detail is like a gold mine for a genealogist.
Wow. It's like AI is giving you a window into the past, allowing you to actually see those ancestors stepping off the ship onto a new continent. Talk about bringing history to life.
Exactly. And it's not just about individual stories. AI can also help us understand broader historical trends.
Right.
For example, by analyzing thousands of family trees, AI could potentially reveal migration patterns or even identify, previously unknown communities
Right.
that existed centuries ago.
It's mind-boggling to think about like the scale of information AI can process.
Yeah.
But for someone like me who, like barely remembers what I had for breakfast,
hmm
where do you even begin to like use AI for genealogy?
Well, you don't need to be a data scientist to benefit from this technology.
Yeah, that's
There are actually companies that offer AI-powered genealogy services.
Oh, okay.
Some of them specialize in analyzing DNA
Right.
to connect you with, potential relatives across the globe,
Wow.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
Others focus on sifting through those massive historical records we talked about,
Okay.
the birth certificates, marriage licenses, census data, and so on.
Okay, so let's say I like spit in a tube and send off my DNA.
Right.
What happens next?
Well,
Does the AI just like magically produce my entire family tree complete with photos and like dramatic backstories?
not quite.
Uh-huh.
Remember, AI is a tool,
Right.
like a really powerful, magnifying glass.
Okay.
It can point you in the right direction,
Yeah.
but it's still up to you to connect the dots and, build that narrative.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Okay.
The AI might flag a potential cousin in Australia
Okay.
based on shared DNA.
Right.
But it's your job to, reach out,
Yeah.
maybe compare family stories and see if that connection really holds up.
So it's more like a collaboration between, human curiosity and AI's analytical power.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's the human element that brings those, family histories to life.
Yeah.
And there's also the potential for AI to change how we understand history on a larger scale.
Right.
What if we could analyze millions of family trees
Right.
and start to see, previously unknown migration patterns?
Okay.
or even identify law communities that existed centuries ago.
Wow.
That's the kind of big picture thinking that AI opens up.
It's like suddenly having access to a whole new dimension of history,
Yeah.
one that's built on individual lives,
Right.
but reveals these larger patterns and connections.
Yeah.
But let's go back to Jose's work for a second.
Okay.
You mentioned that he, held his research to the same standards as universities like Harvard or Oxford.
Uh-huh.
That's like a pretty high bar.
Yeah.
What does that tell us about the legitimacy of this field?
It speaks volumes about the potential for this kind of research
Okay.
to be taken seriously within academia.
Right.
And it's not just about genealogy.
Okay.
Imagine historians using AI to analyze centuries of, legal documents or political speeches,
Yeah.
uncovering trends and biases that we might not even be aware of today.
Right.
That's the kind of groundbreaking work that could rewrite our understanding of the past.
That makes me think about all the historical mysteries that, might be solved with this technology.
Yeah.
Could AI help us finally identify Jack the Ripper
Uh-huh.
or, crack the code of the Voynich manuscript?
Oh, wow.
The possibilities are kind of endless, aren't they?
They really are.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this field so exciting.
Right.
It's like exploring a vast, uncharted territory
Yeah.
where each new discovery leads to even more questions.
Speaking of big questions,
Yeah.
could AI eventually be used to, reconstruct the entire human family tree,
Oh, wow.
connecting every single person on Earth through, a shared ancestry?
Right.
That's a pretty ambitious goal. It sounds like something straight out of, a science fiction movie,
Right.
Using AI to trace everyone's ancestry back to, one common ancestor. Is
Yeah.
that even remotely possible?
Well, it's definitely, a massive undertaking. We're talking about, billions of data points,
Right.
centuries of history,
Right.
and records scattered across the globe.
Yeah.
But as more records are digitized
Yeah.
and AI technology advances, who knows?
Yeah.
It's not, entirely outside the realm of possibility.
So imagine this, right?
Okay.
You're scrolling through this globe of a family tree,
Yeah.
and suddenly you see a connection to someone on the other side of the world,
Right.
someone you might never have, known existed without AI.
Right.
It really makes you think about how interconnected we all are, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it could even challenge our understanding of identity and, belonging.
Right.
Imagine discovering that you have, distant relatives
Right.
in a culture you always felt, separate from.
Yeah.
It could, break down barriers and lead to a greater sense of shared humanity.
It's like we're all part of one giant, messy, beautiful family.
Yeah.
But there's also some, potential ethical concerns to consider, right?
Right.
Like data privacy
Yeah.
and the potential for, bias in these algorithms.
You're right. Those are important considerations.
Yeah.
It's crucial to ensure that these technologies are developed and used responsibly
Right.
with respect for, individual privacy and a commitment to, fairness and accuracy.
This has been a mind-expanding deep dive.
It has.
And I feel like we've only, scratched the surface. But before we wrap up, is there, a final thought you'd like to leave our listeners with?
Sure.
Something to, ponder as they consider exploring their own family history?
I would say this.
Okay.
Embrace the mystery.
Yeah.
Don't approach genealogy as just, a quest for names and dates.
Right.
Think of it as a journey of discovery,
Okay.
a chance to connect with the stories and experiences of those who came before you.
Yeah.
And who knows?
Yeah.
You might even uncover a few surprises along the way.
What a great way to put it.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI-powered genealogy.
Of course.
And to our listeners, I encourage you to, explore your own family history.
Yeah.
You never know what fascinating connections or stories are, waiting to be uncovered.